Good morning, Scott here, known as Cantaloupe to some online, and I'm bringing a subject to you that's interesting to me. It might be of interest to you or someone you know, and that is something connected to the recent change in popes. I want to start by reminding anybody who's watching this that I'm not religious. I don't really think of myself as being super religious. Not that it really matters to talk about the Pope. You can have an opinion about the Pope either way, but in particular, this phenomenon of the Pope that for like, I don't know what you call it, the papacy, there's a word for it, but it's a part of a bigger picture, and that is a picture of appearances. Now, I believe there is some official dogma, some rhetoric about the Pope's connection with the divine and ancient Catholic texts and ideology have things to say about the significance of the Pope and the role and the purpose of the Pope. But you know what? I think none of that is really proven. I'm going to just go out on a limb and say that that's fine. I respect it. And if we have to take all that on faith, that's fine too. But I'm going to go ahead and be busy elsewhere. But that's not the purpose of this video. The purpose of this video is to look at the Pope, in particular the Pope's outfit. Now, while that may sound petty, it's not, because it's connected to something here that's very, very much not petty. So the Pope, when you think of the Pope, pictures you've seen, you remember probably that he has a very fancy outfit. He has a fancy car. He lives in the Vatican, works in the Vatican. Big fancy building. Kind of a castle, really. Fancy, 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 fancy. This is the ongoing theme surrounding the Pope and the Vatican, and there's a lot of phrases to describe this with: pomp and circumstance, sensationalism. There's a bunch of them. So why do they need all that? Or do they need all that? I mean, I don't want to assume that they need it, but they're definitely using it. They've been using it. And if you go to certain churches, here's where it gets interesting for me. You see a range of fanciness. You see a range of pomp and circumstance where certain churches have more expensive, perhaps, or intricately designed, grander designs with, and I'm not saying they should or shouldn't. I'm not passing judgment. I'm just saying that you notice a range. Some churches are very humble, very simple, one level kind of churches, and others are cathedrals. I mean, these are churches too. The most extreme examples of fancy churches are cathedrals, right? So why is that? What are they trying to do? And why is there such a big range? Why can't they agree on one design, you know? So there's a reason, and it might surprise you that people are impressionable, that people are subject to sales. That's exactly what it is. You have a fancy Pope, you got a fancy church, you got a fancy chair, people are more likely to listen to you, some of them. So it's annoying because it's manipulative, it's disingenuous is really the word. It's and if it weren't necessary, it wouldn't be necessary. That's really the bottom line for me. I'm way more inclined to listen to the person who is sincere and humble than someone dressed like the Pope. Have questions? Reach out, whitehotrobot@gmail.com.